Brett, are you done with work?
I'm just on my way home now. Did you finish your part-time job?
Yeah, today was my day off. I decided to take it easy and just stay home.
Oh, I see. Did you get to rest and relax?
Yeah, I took it easy. Honestly, I was feeling pretty lazy. I didn't feel like going out at all, so I just stayed indoors all day. And it's kind of nice to have a lazy day once in a while, right?
It was raining all day, so I totally get why you didn't want to go out. When the weather's like that, all I want to do is stay cozy inside too.
Exactly. I think I might have spent the entire day curled up in my blanket. But you know what? Since I was stuck inside, I ended up spending most of my day looking at property listings. It's kind of exciting to think about what our future place could be. So I had fun looking around.
Ah, looking for a new place?
Yeah, that's right. I was just imagining what kind of place we'd like to move into together. It was so much fun thinking about it. There are so many options out there. Like, I kind of got carried away with all the possibilities. You know how it is when you're dreaming about your future home?
I totally get that. Thanks for doing all the research for me. It really helps me out. Oh, did you find any nice places?
There were a few that looked decent, but honestly, I didn't find the one yet. It's so hard to find the perfect place, you know? There's always something that just is not quite right. Whether it's the size, location, or price, it's like searching for a needle in a haystack.
The good ones usually come with a hefty price tag too. It's like the better the place, the more expensive it is. It makes it a bit discouraging, right?
Exactly.
But hey, we have time. We don't need to rush into anything. We'll keep looking until we find the right place for the both of us. We'll find it.
Right. And hey, I also did some research on wedding venues. I found this amazing place in Miami. It's right by the beach, and you can see the ocean. The view is absolutely stunning, especially when the weather's clear and sunny. I think you'd love it.
Well, that sounds incredible. Miami is such a beautiful place.
Yeah, it really is. The venue itself is gorgeous, and they offer really fancy catering options too. The reception hall is spacious and beautifully decorated. I just think that it would be perfect for a wedding. What do you think about scheduling a visit to check it out? I can't wait to see it in person.
Hold on a second. Isn't that a little bit too soon?
You think so?
I haven't even had the chance to meet your parents yet to ask for their approval. We should probably wait until we've talked to them before we start planning the wedding, right? It might be a bit too early to be picking out venues before we've had that conversation.
Ah, right. I got a little ahead of myself there. I guess I was just so excited about the wedding that I jumped the gun a little.
You must really be looking forward to it, huh?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Having a grand, beautiful wedding has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. I've always imagined it, and now it feels like it's finally becoming real. But I guess we still need to get permission from your parents first, huh?
We haven't even gotten their blessing yet. What if they don't approve of me? I mean, I'm sure they care about you a lot, and you're their precious daughter, so it could be a little tricky.
I think my mom will definitely approve of us. You don't need to worry too much about it. I'm sure she'll be happy for us.
Your mom is a piano teacher, right? I don't mean to sound judgmental, but she might be strict when it comes to choosing a partner. Bet she has high standards for guys, doesn't she?
No, that's not true at all. My mom is really sweet, and I'm sure she'll get along with you just fine. She wants the best for me, that's all.
You think so?
Of course! My mom's going to love you. You're handsome, kind, and you've got your life together. You work hard, and that's exactly the kind of person she would want for me.
I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. But I'll still go visit your mom soon. I think it's about time I meet her anyway.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
It's probably best to do it sooner rather than later. And you'll want to start planning the wedding sooner too, right?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I was thinking of going back to my parents' house this Saturday. I'll check in with my mom and ask her what her schedule is like. Once I know when she's free, I can let you know.
That would be really helpful. When you find out, just let me know so I can plan around it. So, it's set for 11 a.m. on Sunday, right? We're still good on that time? Finally, the big day is coming. The introduction. I have to admit, I'm feeling a little nervous about it. I've never done something like this before, and it feels like such a huge step. I've heard so much about how important these things are, so I just want everything to go smoothly.
Yep, Sunday at 11 a.m. is good. No changes there.
Honestly, I'm feeling nervous too. It's a big deal, isn't it? Been thinking about this meeting nonstop. I want to make a good impression, but I'm also just a little worried about how things are going to go. I mean, it's your family, and this is a huge moment. It feels like there's a lot riding on this, so I'm really hoping it'll turn out well.
Just don't be late. I'll be staying at my parents' place the night before, so I'll be nearby. Once you're close, just shoot me a message. I'll come out and meet you, so you don't have to worry about anything. I'll be there to greet you when you arrive.
Got it. I'll be there on time and I'll let you know when I'm close. And just to be sure, I'll be dressed in a suit. I think it's better to go all out for an occasion like this, don't you? I don't want to show up underdressed or anything like that. I'd rather go a little overboard than under.
Oh my god, you really don't need to go that far. A suit? That's a bit much. I mean, I get it, but you really don't have to be that formal. Just a nice outfit is fine. Maybe something a little more polished than your usual style, but not that serious. You're making it sound like it's a business meeting or something.
I I just wanted to make sure I didn't mess it up, you know? I figured a suit would be a safe bet. I want to show respect for your family, and I thought it'd be the right choice.
You're being way too extra. But honestly, I appreciate the effort. Just don't feel like you have to impress them by dressing up like that. You don't need to try too hard. I'm sure they'll appreciate you just being yourself.
All right, tone it down a little bit, but I'll make sure I look good enough.
Also, my mom wants to talk to you. She asked if I could pass the phone to you for a bit. I hope that's okay.
Wait, is she there right now?
Yeah, she's here at my place. I'm just getting some things in order in my old room, just tidying things up a little bit, especially since you'll be coming over soon. I just want to make sure everything is nice and presentable when you see it. I just don't want to feel embarrassed if you take a look.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. And yeah, I'm okay to talk to your mom. I'll do my best.
Thanks. Just wait a sec. I'll give the phone to her now. Hello, is this Brett? I'm Maxine's mother. I'm sorry to call like this all of a sudden, but I wanted to talk to you for a bit. I hope you don't mind.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Brett. I've been seeing Maxine, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in person on Sunday.
Yes, Maxine has told me a lot about you. So Brett, I hear you work as a freelancer?
Yes, that's right. I'm a programmer, so I handle various projects in the tech industry.
Does that provide you with a good income? I'm just asking because freelancing can be a little unstable, right?
Well, yes, freelancing can sometimes be unpredictable, but I do earn a decent amount. It's definitely enough to support a family. In fact, I'm confident that I can support at least 2 or 3 kids if the time comes. I don't expect it to be a problem.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, I suppose. But I still feel like I need to ask these things. It's important to me that Maxine is with someone who can provide for her.
Of course, I completely understand. I want to make sure she's happy and taken care of too. I'll do whatever it takes.
You see, our family is a very traditional family. We come from a very long line of people with a certain reputation. We've always expected Maxine's partner to come with a similar background, someone who matches our family standing.
I completely understand. I'm aware that I come from a more ordinary background. My family doesn't have the same kind of history or reputation, but I promise you, I have worked hard to get to where I am. I can support Maxine, and I'll make sure she's taken care of, just as she deserves.
I see. I've heard a lot about you, and I know that you're serious about Maxine. But just so you know, I haven't fully made up my mind about whether you're the right match for her.
I understand. I really do. I don't expect you to just take my word for it, but I hope to prove to you that I'm the right person for Maxine. I really care about her, and I'll do everything I can to make her happy.
I'm sure you're sincere, Brett, but I'll need to see for myself. I've always been very protective of Maxine. I want you to know that the person she chooses is someone who can be there for her, someone who will be stable and reliable.
I can assure you that I'm stable. I'm not someone who's going to let her down. I'm committed to making sure that she's happy and supported.
Well, I guess we'll just see when we meet in person. I've heard a lot of nice things, but I still need to get to know you better.
That's fair. I'll do my best to show you who I really am.
All right, I'll leave you to talk to Maxine now, but I just want to be honest with you. I'm not convinced yet. I hope you understand that I need to be careful.
I completely understand, and I really appreciate your honesty. I know this is important.
Okay, I'll give the phone back to her now. Brett, are you okay? I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean for it to be so intense. My mom can be a little harsh when it comes to these things. I just hope you're not feeling too overwhelmed.
Honestly, I'm fine. It was a little surprising, but I get where she's coming from. I know this is a big deal for her. She wants to make sure I'm the right person for you, and I get that.
Yeah, I know. I really do. I just feel bad because I know she can be intimidating. She's usually so kind, but when it comes to something like marriage, she can be a little hard to approach. I really hope you weren't too hurt by the conversation.
No, I wasn't hurt. I understand that she wants to protect you. And honestly, I can respect that. But I'm still going to do everything I can to prove I'm the right choice for you.
I know you will. And don't worry, I'll be talking to her before Sunday. I'll let her know how serious we are, and I'll make sure she understands that I'm committed to you. We'll make it through this together.
I'm with you, Maxine. We'll get through this. I'm going to do my best to show her that I'm worthy of your love.
We're going to be just fine. Just stick with me and we'll make it work. I believe in us.
I believe in us too.
Brett, thank you for your hard work yesterday. Do you have a moment to talk?
Amanda, thank you for letting me come over yesterday. I also really appreciate you giving your consent for the marriage. It means a lot to us.
Maxine was very happy as well.
Yes, she was absolutely over the moon. She's been so excited, and now that everything is settled, she can finally start making plans for the wedding. It's been a dream for both of us, and now it's all becoming a reality.
There's something I need to discuss with you about.
What is it? Is there something wrong? Is something bothering you?
I thought about it all night long, and after a lot of consideration, I've come to a decision. I've decided that I cannot go ahead with the engagement.
What do you mean by that? Are you saying you're calling off the engagement? After everything?
Yes, that's right. After thinking everything through, I've realized that you're just not the right person for my daughter. I know this may come as a shock to you, but it's my honest opinion. You're both still very young, and there are plenty of other opportunities ahead of you. You both can move on and find someone who is a better match for you.
So, you're telling me that the engagement is off? And you want us to break up?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. I don't think you're the right person for Maxine, and I don't want her to continue with this relationship. It's not that I don't like you personally, but I think you're not what she needs in the long run. I believe it's better for the both of you to end things now rather than to continue down this path.
Is that so? Well, if you're going to call it off, I'll gladly go along with it. This is actually such a relief for me.
Wait, what? You're relieved? Are you sure about this?
Yes, I'm serious. In fact, I was already having doubts about the marriage last night. Once I had already received your approval, I felt like it would be wrong to go back on my word. But now that you're the one calling it off, I can't say I'm too upset. This is actually a huge weight off my shoulders.
So you were already thinking about calling it off before I even said anything?
Yes, I was. Honestly, I didn't want to marry Maxine. I thought about it long and hard, and I realized that I wasn't ready, nor did I feel it was the right decision. It might seem sudden, but this is something I've been struggling with.
I can't believe this. You're telling me you were already having second thoughts about my daughter, and now you're just confirming it? What kind of person are you?
Please, don't misunderstand me, Amanda. It's not Maxine's fault. The reason I decided to not go ahead with the marriage is because of things I've discovered about her. I know you may not be aware of it, but once I found out, it became impossible for me to move forward with the relationship.
What are you talking about? What could you possibly have found out? Are you just trying to blame her for something?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I've learned certain things about her character that made me realize she's not the right person for me. I know this may sound harsh, but once I understood the full picture, I knew I couldn't marry her. I've seen a side of her that you may not have noticed or might not want to see.
A side of her? What does that even mean? You're telling me that my daughter has some kind of hidden side? I don't believe it. You must be mistaken.
I'm not mistaken, Amanda. I don't want to go into too much detail right now, but the things I've learned have made me question everything. It's not that I want to hurt you or Maxine, but I've reached a point where I can't ignore what I've discovered.
What could be so serious that you would call off an engagement just like that? If you really cared about her, you wouldn't just walk away like this.
It's not about not caring for her. I care about her a great deal, but I've realized that love is not always enough. There are deeper issues that I can't overlook. You may not understand now, but I hope you will one day.
You know, I never liked the idea of this engagement in the first place. Something about you never sat right with me, and now, hearing this from you, it just confirms my concerns. I'm glad you're walking away now. It's for the best.
I understand how you feel, Amanda, and while it's painful, I believe this is the right decision for everyone involved. I've thought about it for a long time, and it's not something I came to lightly.
So you're saying you already made up your mind? You're absolutely certain?
Yes, I've made up my mind. I've already tried to think about this from every angle, and this is the decision that feels right to me. It's better this way, for both of us, even if it's difficult now.
I'm sorry I missed your call earlier. I didn't realize you tried calling, so I called you back. Has your lunch break ended?
Well, it's totally fine to send me a message. Is it okay if I message you instead?
Yeah, that's totally fine. What's going on? Oh, is this about the wedding venue?
No, it's about the wedding at all. Oh, no, it's not about the wedding at all. Actually, I have something important to discuss with you. I want to break off the engagement.
Huh?
I mean it. I want to end the engagement. I can't marry you.
What are you saying? This is a joke, right?
No, I'm being serious. This isn't a joke.
Why are you saying that? Did I do something to you? Did I hurt you in some way?
No, you didn't hurt me at all.
Then why are you saying this? If I did something wrong, I'll fix it. Please, don't say this. I could change. I'll do whatever it takes.
Remember last night when I met your mom? And then the two of us went out for dinner?
Yeah, you seemed fine at the time, right? We talked about our honeymoon plans too, so why are you saying you don't want to get married now?
The problem isn't what happened that night, but what came after.
What happened after? We were both nervous and exhausted, so we parted ways quickly. Was there something that happened after that?
Well, after we said goodbye and I was walking back, I realized that I had forgotten something. You had put your umbrella in my bag.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
It looked like it was going to rain, so I thought I'd catch up with you and give it back. We hadn't walked that far apart, so I figured it would be fine to just catch up and hand it over to you.
But you didn't call out to me, did you? I went home without hearing anything from you.
I couldn't call out to you. I saw something and I didn't know how to react.
What do you mean? What did you see?
I saw you kick a homeless man.
You saw that?
I saw everything. I watched you as you kicked a homeless man who was walking towards you, and then you spit at him.
That's not what happened. He looked suspicious, so I thought he was a threat and I pushed him away. He was grinning in a way that made me uncomfortable, so I acted in self-defense. I thought he might be dangerous.
From what I saw, he wasn't grinning. In fact, he looked pale and sick. It was clear he wasn't in a good state. He was reaching out like he needed help, and you verbally abused him and kicked him.
I didn't verbally abuse him. You must have misunderstood.
I heard it clearly. I heard you say, "Don't come near me, you trash." You called him trash. And then he just collapsed on the ground, huddled in pain.
But he was filthy. I was scared. He suddenly came towards me and I didn't know what to do. He looked like he might hurt me.
If you were scared, you could have just stepped away and called for help. Why did you have to kick him and spit on him? I ended up calling an ambulance because I thought it could be serious.
Wait, you called an ambulance?
Yes, I did. I didn't know if it was a medical emergency or not, but I didn't want to take any chances.
I had no idea, but I thought he was a pervert. I thought he was going to hurt me.
No, you misunderstood. And now I feel like I'm seeing your true nature. You've been pretending all this time, hiding who you really are. I was completely fooled.
No, that's not true. I was just tense and acted out of fear.
So when you're tense, you resort to violence and spit at people? Is that the kind of person you are? You know, once we're married, there will be stressful times. Do you think you'll be able to handle it? Or will you end up doing the same thing to me, kicking me just like that homeless man?
I would never do that to you.
Why not? Do you only act like this to certain people? Are you the kind of person who only shows kindness to those you think are strong? Are you only nice to those you think you can control?
No, that's not it. It's not like that.
I'll never forget the way you looked down at that homeless man with cold, indifferent eyes. It was like you didn't see him as a person at all. You looked at him like he was nothing. I've never seen anyone treat another human being like that before. It was horrifying.
But still, my mom already gave her approval for us to get married. You can't just break off the engagement now. If you do, my mom won't let it slide. She's not going to let you ruin everything. You can't go back now. It's too late.
You don't have to worry about that. The one who actually suggested breaking off the engagement first was your mother.
My mom?
Yeah. Apparently, after thinking about it overnight, she changed her mind. She contacted me this morning. To be honest, it worked out well for me because I was already thinking about it, and now we're both on the same page.
What is this? Why are you just making decisions like this? You can't just change everything without even consulting me.
I had to explain to your mom what I saw last night. I told her everything, and she ended up apologizing. She said that her daughter might not be a good match for me after all. Your mom is a woman of class, and I think she understands the gravity of the situation.
Why would my mom say something like that? She can't possibly believe you.
It's embarrassing for her as a parent. Can you imagine how she must feel seeing her daughter behave like that?
Shut up! What's your problem? Just because I said a few harsh words, you're going to make it into something huge? What, are women not allowed to speak their minds? Is that it?
It's not just about harsh words.
You know I've been trying so hard to be the kind of woman you wanted me to be. Just because I made one mistake, you're going to throw everything away? Do you even have any idea how much effort I put into this relationship? This is ridiculous.
Wow. That's really a side of you I didn't expect to see. But there you go. This is the real you, isn't it? I don't want to marry someone like that.
I won't accept this.
Even so, I'm ending things. Your mom has already agreed to it. I think it's for the best. And let's be honest, she was the one who brought it up first.
I don't care about your mom's approval. I'm going to get married, and you can't stop me.
Well then, let's get everything out in the open. If you want, I'll introduce you to my parents. If my mom approves, then maybe I'll marry you. But I highly doubt my parents will ever accept someone like you. After that, I received several messages from Maxine, reaching out to me multiple times in the following days. She was asking if we could get back together, but I had already made up my mind. My feelings haven't changed and there was no going back for me. She kept blaming her mother for the broken engagement, saying it was all her fault, and the situation escalated to the point where the relationship between mother and daughter became completely estranged. It was clear that things between them were no longer the same. But I have to wonder, does she really believe she is not responsible for any of this? That everything was someone else's fault? If she thinks, then it's clear to me that there are still major issues with her. I just couldn't ignore the way she was handling the situation. Even after everything that happened, she didn't seem to recognize that she played a part in the breakdown of our relationship. The blame was always placed elsewhere, and that's not a healthy way to deal with things. I heard that after our breakup, Maxine didn't waste any time moving on. She started dating new guys right away, one after the other. It seemed like she was in a rush to fill the void, looking for something to distract her from the reality of what had happened. I can imagine that she was playing her usual game, putting on a facade of sweetness and charm, pretending to be someone she's not in order to get people to like her. That's exactly what she did with me, and I got sucked into it for a while. But now, looking back, I can see it all clearly. She couldn't keep that act up for long. Sooner or later, her true nature came out. And sure enough, just like before, things didn't work out with any of those guys. From what I heard, she got dumped each time after her true self came to the surface. She can't keep that act up forever, and the relationship's always in the same way. I don't think she's capable of maintaining a healthy, genuine relationship. She might end up getting married someday, but I doubt it would last long. Eventually, her true colors will show and the person she's with will leave. Honestly, I'm glad I realized what kind of person she really is before we went any further. I'm grateful that I figured it out before making a huge commitment like marriage. I feel like I dodged a bullet because I can't imagine what my life would have been like if I had gone through with it. Now that it's over, I've completely moved on. It's been a relief, actually. I don't have to deal with the anxiety or frustration of trying to make a relationship work with someone who wasn't being honest with me. I can finally look forward to the future with a clear mind, free from the emotional baggage that Maxine brought into my life. I've learned a lot from the experience, and I'm determined to make better choices moving forward. I'm ready to find someone who values honesty, communication, and mutual respect. Someone who isn't going to pretend to be something they're not just to please me or anyone else. I want a real connection, where we can both be our true selves without fear of judgment or manipulation. Maxine, on the other hand, will have to figure things out on her own. I don't know what her future holds, but I'm done being part of her story. I'm not interested in playing games anymore. And I'm certainly not going to be fooled by someone who can't even be honest with themselves. Looking ahead, I'm excited about what's to come. I know it won't be easy, and I'm not expecting everything to fall into place immediately. But I've learned from my past mistakes, and I know what I want now. I'm not going to settle for less than what I deserve. Maxine can keep playing her games and pretending to be someone she's not, but I can't be a part of that anymore. I've learned that I deserve someone who's genuine, someone who can offer me a real partnership based on trust and understanding. I don't have time for the drama and manipulation that Maxine brought into my life. I want something more, something real. I'm not bitter about the past. I've let it go. I've learned that the hard way, but I'm stronger because of it. I'm no longer focused on what went wrong with her, but instead on what I can do to move forward and build a better future. I know I'm capable of finding a relationship that is built on honesty and respect, and that's what I'm focusing on now. Maxine has her own journey to follow, and I truly hope she can figure things out for herself. But I'm not going to sit around and wait for her to change. My life is my own to shape, and I'm ready to create the future I want for myself. It's time for me to take charge of my own happiness, and I'm excited to see where it leads. Looking back, I realized that I was blinded by love for too long. But now I see clearly. I've learned a valuable lesson. Never settle for someone who isn't being real with you. And as for Maxine, she can continue pretending, but I won't be there to play along anymore. I've moved on, and I'm ready for something better. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.